Hey, this is Mike Lindsay from Vital MX, and welcome back to another episode of Rumor Mill. This is a show we do based on stuff that's being talked about in the pits, the paddock, between agents, mechanics, riders, other industry, media types, things we discuss, things that we think are very likely to happen. However, not everything we talk about here is for sure or set in stone or official yet. That's why it's still considered a rumor, but it's at least far enough along that we believe there is some major validity to it, and it's worth talking about because it may have a major impact on the upcoming silly season rolling into 2023. In this case, we are not talking about a rider moving from 250 to 450 in the States or a team here. We're actually talking about somebody converting over from the MXGP Championship, most notably the MX2 class. Red Bull KTM's Tom Vialle, the 2020 MX2 champion, may be eyeing a move to the States. There are multiple reasons for this, primarily because of his age. He's getting ready to bump out of the class and have to go MXGP. And also with the KTM group, even between Gas, Husqvarna, there may not be a super solidified home for him if he were to move up. However, there seems to be a great opportunity to bring him stateside with the fact that he would like to, it sounds like, stay on a 250 for a few more years. And the KTM would like to, as they're trying to do with most of their teams we've heard, is on the US side, go with two 450s and two 250Fs. It seems to be the preferred path as they move forward. Husqvarna will have that next year with Christian Craig and Malcolm Stewart on 450s, and we believe Jalek Swoll and RJ Hampshire on 250s. The TLD Gas group may stay with only two 250s and one 450, but with Red Bull KTM, if they were to bring Tom Vialle over and put him alongside Max Vohland, that would give him two 250 riders, which would probably really help the program as they've struggled with Vohland on the new platform. And because the team is in Supercross at least had three 450 guys, it may force them to change their attention and put a little bit more effort into their 250Fs and better balance their program. However, we say this in the fact that, again, we think it would be a 2-2 scenario. Max Vohland already has a contract for next year, and if Tom Vialle were to come over, he'd be entering a new deal to come here. However, on the 450 side, Aaron Plessinger still has another year on his contract. And from everything we've heard, it looks like Cooper Webb will be re-signing with Red Bull KTM for the future, albeit somewhere between a 2 and 3 year contract that sounds like it will be Supercross only, giving them Aaron and Cooper in Supercross, but only Aaron Plessinger in outdoors. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Now, we think that this could possibly leave Marvin Musquin out, who doesn't have a contract for next year, who was Supercross only this year, and it seemed to be kind of a later decision on their part. I believe Marv is back in France right now visiting family. It didn't seem like when we saw him at the opening bit of outdoors when we ran into him locally, like there was really any plans for next year, anything solidified. And if Red Bull KTM were to move the direction of bringing Vialle over, it would be very hard for them to have two 450 guys, being Webb and Musquin, on Supercross only deals in the US. That's very unusual from a parts standpoint. They wouldn't use that stuff in outdoors. How do they balance the mechanics? Like, what are the guys doing when the summer's going on? And again, if they bring Vialle over, then that puts them at a 5-man team in Supercross, which seems like a bit much with the way they are trending. So sadly, we could see this move with Tom Vialle affecting Marvin's chances of having another year in US Supercross unless he were to move teams. Maybe the KTM group would want to move him over to the TLD Red Bull Gas group. That would give them two 450 riders, at least for indoors, and kind of match the team structures we're talking about. But Marv would get to stay with Red Bull, but have to give up Arrow and Thor and brands he's been with a long time. We don't know if it would really be worth it for him at this stage in his career and age. So that will be interesting to see how that part would play out, because we believe really if Tom makes a move, that would really cost that. Even without Tom making the move to the U.S., again, would Red Bull KTM really go indoor racing with three 450 riders with two of them being Supercross only? Now, another part we wanted to talk about here, relating more to Webb's Supercross only deal and what may happen with his equipment outdoors, is a little theory we've been thinking about. What if Ryan Dungey were to do another year of outdoor only? After speaking to Ryan at the races lately, he seems very happy and content with the outdoor program he's on because he can stay in Minnesota, he can be with his family, he can ride and train back there and do his program, where if he were to do Supercross in Minnesota, he'd have to go down to Baker's, he'd have to be in California. It puts a lot more strain on his life where it is at the moment. And also, by taking off Supercross at his age could help him, be reinvigorated to maybe do another run at outdoors. Use what he does this season to build upon it and give it another run. He seems very excited with the challenge. He seems to be really enjoying himself. And albeit we're only 3 rounds into the season, these next 9 are going to go pretty quick, and we wouldn't be surprised at the end of it if he's left wanting more. So there's nothing really that we've heard that points this direction. This is just based off kind of reading Ryan's attitude and kind of the situation, the team, and us putting pieces of the puzzle together and seeing, hey, this could be an opportunity, and it wouldn't 100% shock us if that part happens. But again, the more serious news is there's very strong rumors that Vialle may come over, give KTM that balanced team, and that's what we're waiting to see happens first. And again, see how that plays out for Marvin Musquin. So that's the latest episode of Rumor Mill. Throw it in the comments section below. What do you think of these possible moves? Do you think any of them will come true? What do you think of the possibility of the Dungey sticking around another year, the Dunge? And give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you like this feature, and stay tuned for more videos.